Hi, this is John Burek with PC Mag. I'm here at Lian Li's booth at Computex 2024. We noticed that there were three interesting engineering achievements that Lian Li achieved with new products at this show. Let's take a look at them. So this is the HydroShift 360 series. This is a new series of all-in-one liquid coolers from Lian Li. The interesting thing here is the curvature of the hoses that are coming off the AIO. Now, most of the time, if you've ever built a PC with an all-in-one cooler, you know you have a big loop of hoses that are coming out in front of your RAM and sort of dominating the middle of your case. What Lian Li did here was to use server-grade hoses and then create a clip mechanism that clips the hose to the side of the radiator. You can reverse the clips on either side depending on how you want to install it. And that way, when you're installing the radiator in your PC, you have very little exposure of the hoses, and it's pretty trim looking. And here's where the hoses actually go into the water block. You can see that there's very little exposure of the actual hose. It's running along the back of the radiator here. So the second item we saw at Lian Li's booth is called the Edge series power supplies. Now, there isn't a lot of general innovation around the shape of power supplies these days. You have ATX power supplies and SFX power supplies and SFXL power supplies, but beyond that, it's usually just a box. These are not just a box. So what Lian Li did here was to actually put the power supply modular connectors on this little shelf that sticks out from the edge of the power supply body. Now, the reasoning behind that is that when you have a power supply that's mounted vertically inside a case, like so, and you have it facing outwards, you can plug your cables directly into it and have easy access to them. One of the benefits of having the power supply connectors on this plane sort of parallel to the long part of the chassis is that it leaves room over here for a USB header hub. So you can plug one of the USB 2 headers from your motherboard into here, and you get 4 additional ports along the edge of the power supply. So here you can see the power supply in action with the power supply cables going straight in, the USB 2.0 hub being utilized over here, and easy access to the power supply connectors since they're facing outwards with the power supply mounted vertically. If you look here, you see this little sort of semicircle of power supply connectors. They're all SATA connectors. If you have a lot of SATA devices in your system, you can often have a cable with all the connectors spread out very widely. Here, you've got them all clustered together, and it reduces sort of all the cable run and cable mess. So the Edge power supplies are coming in white and black. There's a 1,000 and a 1,300 watt version in white, and then a variety of capacities in the black. They should be available this summer. The last of the three innovations we saw at Lian Li involve a wireless system for its Unifan and Strimmer lighting technologies. This is an example of one of Lian Li's Unifan banks. They've got 3 fans attached together here magnetically, and ordinarily if you have 3 fans, you need cables coming off the end for RGB and for power and control. What Lian Li did was to create a USB dongle that goes into the back of your system, and it communicates wirelessly with these modules on the ends of series of fans inside the case. Now, the module still is going to have a cable coming out of it for power, because of course fan can't wirelessly transmit power to and from the motherboard. But for each series of fans, it eliminates an RGB control cable, which helps reduce clutter inside of the system. The wireless dongle communicates with an app that Lian Li has designed. It enables you to perform control from inside the system. It's a very slick arrangement. So those are the 3 innovations we saw from Lian Li at Computex 2024. They really brought their A game this year with these innovations. So good job, Lian Li, and we look forward to seeing what they bring to us next.